So as per usual from Durarara, we change our point of view to the Mafia this week. And quite an interesting change of view and pace of Durarara. Like, a Mafia-themed episode about drugs, crime, backstory, characterization of Akabayashi. It was quite an intense episode. Like, it was a creepy, intense episode. We get to see a lot of characterization and some clarification to the background of some of our characters. And so, the episode was very pleasing. For me, as a watcher of Durarara, this was a very good episode. I think, personally, to me, this was one of the best episodes of Durarara Season 3 I have seen. Like, this is definitely one of my favorites. Like, after witnessing what this theme of this episode was with the Mafia and stuff, it was a very mature tone. I mean, Durarara is a mature series, but this episode was very mature, because when an episode starts off with dudes giving drugs to girls, and they're like, oh, we need it, and they're about to give money to, these guys for drugs, you're gonna have a very dark episode, or an episode that's very gritty, and not meant entirely for children, and that's kind of what this episode was. Like, it was a very mature take at Durarara, and I mean, Durarara has a lot of mature episodes, but this episode was a different type of mature that we normally see, and I like seeing that how this episode demonstrated something like this. So, Akabayashi, definitely a character before this episode I didn't really care much about, but after seeing this episode and all that, and the characterization more on this character and things like that, I really do care for him now, because seeing what he did for all sorts of characters in the past, and then also seeing how he ripped out his own damn eye to escape Saika, like, he fucking ripped out his own damn eye, like, damn, that is crazy, like, I mean, just imagine right now, if you were in that situation, and you got your eye cut and all that, and you hear these voices, could you really willingly pull out your own damn eyeball, just grab your fucking eye and just yank it out and crush it? Oh my, I don't even want to think about it. I don't even want to think about that. Like, just imagine how painful that is. Like, that dude, he wasn't even crying. No pun intended. He wasn't even crying after he ripped out his eyeball. Like, he ripped it out. You see blood on his face, and he's like, yep. I'm a boss. I'm a fucking boss. I ripped out my own eyeball, and I don't give a shit. That's kind of what he did, and holy crap, they just don't even know how to begin to describe the badassness of that one scene. Like, you have to be a badass to rip out your own damn eyeball and just take it, and not even cry or cringe, and like, I think enough said about that scene. So, episode sets up a couple of points for the future. We have it to where the little heir of the Mafia, she gets set up for learning some self-defense, and that's definitely going to be one of the major parts probably later on down the road. Probably Shuzo will be one of the main focuses and spotlights of that episode when the little heir of the Mafia gets the spotlight. I could see that happening. Now, episode overall, though, as I've already said, very mature, and I enjoyed it. Animation, actually, that's something I want to talk about. Animation, I think this is one of the best animated episodes to me from previous episodes. Like, the past couple episodes, it was good. I talked about it, but this episode definitely was one of the best. Like, this is episode 3, and this definitely was a very good episode when it came to animation. And so I thoroughly enjoyed this episode when I sat down to watch it, because the art and animation did look pretty clean. And I remember Season 2, it had, a lot of derps sometimes. And so I'm glad Season 3 is really starting to look up into something very good. And it doesn't look, like it was kind of rushed with some of the art. So, yeah, definitely an improvement for this season of Durarara. So, already points for that. Voice acting, very good. I like the voice acting. The creepy voice acting at the end of this episode was definitely very good. It definitely suited the atmosphere and vibe that this episode tried to make us perceive when it came to the mature tones. And so there's not really much more I can talk about. So tell me your thoughts in the comments below. You all have a wonderful day or night wherever you live. Please be safe. Chibi out.